This the introduction. Yep, I'm introducing me. 6 feet, 300 pounds, known to rock the newest sneaks. Coolin', never fooling, rocking G-Shocks like it's jewelry. Counting mad currency, flowing better than fluently.
It's your boy, the wisest and most powerful of all nerds, Brimezus. Today, guys, we're going to be reviewing the show on Amazon Prime called Invincible, which is a superhero animation. So Invincible is a superhero animation show that is found on Amazon Prime. You guys have an Amazon Prime account, you go and watch it, guys, and we're going to talk about that today, obviously. But before I go and talk about Invincible, guys, don't forget to like this video, comment below what you guys think about Invincible, and guys, this is a kind of a spoiler-esque video, by the way, guys. Cop some King Kamara Brimezus t-shirts, hoodies, long sleeves off my website listed below. By the way, guys, this is also a shirt you can get off my Teespring, Jazz Kickboxing Gym. Some of you guys know that I am a gym owner. If you want to support my gym, me, my brand, my YouTube, whatever, guys, you can cut one of these shirts off my gym website or off my Teespring, guys. It'll help me out a great deal. And most importantly, guys, subscribe to my YouTube channel, as it will help me out a great deal. We can continue to deliver you guys content every single day. So without further ado, guys, let's get into the video. The funny story, guys, I still get that much time to watch TV. And I watch TV pretty much specifically for work, but the day before this recording, at least, guys, I was sick, I was fasting, and I was injured. I had a bad shoulder spasm. I couldn't move or sleep from the pain. So I had no choice but to binge watch some TV. I couldn't even really play video games because I was too injured to move my body that much. So I stayed home. I skipped the teaching in the afternoon. I taught in the morning. And I sat home and I watched Invincible. As before I went to go watch teach in the morning, I saw the first episode of Invincible, and guys, I had to see the rest of the episodes, and therefore I did. So, guys, Invincible. Invincible is created by Robert Kirkman, the same guy who created The Walking Dead, and he's a notable writer, guys. If you liked his writing, you would definitely enjoy the show Invincible, guys. If you've ever seen the show The Boys, this is not written by Robert Kirkman, but The Boys, you would like this. Now, there's several things that are great about this show. Before I get into those things that I like, guys, I'll give you a quick breakdown. The show is about a character called Mark Grayson. His dad is the most powerful superhero on the planet, a Superman archetype kind of character. Doesn't have all of Superman's powers, but as far as flight, super strength, and durability, he's very on this super speed. He's very much on the scale of a Superman to a high degree. It's kind of a coming-of-age superhero story where he gets his powers, and he learns how to use his powers, and becomes the superhero called Invincible. He's also in high school. It goes through modern-day high school kind of tropes, you know, dating, relationships, friends, balancing, you know, the superhero aspect of his life with his current life. So, like, yeah, it sounds very generic, guys, and a lot of superhero things are generic. But, you know, even though it's a superhero genre that's very generic in that scope, there's things about and nuances that does make it very... that make a superhero show very, like, unique, and I'm gonna get into that. His dad, Omni-Man, is a Vulturemite, which is almost like a Kryptonian, comes from a different planet, comes to Earth, and has a child. His child is basically a half Vulturemite, basically a full Vulturemite because of how strong their blood is, and he gains some of those same exact powers. Now, the most generic thing about this show is Invincible's powers, which is because everybody's familiar with flight, super speed, you know, super strength, and that kind of thing. Not like running super speed, but like this flight super speed. The rest of the powers used in the show, guys, you see them before, but how they combine them or adapt them is very unique. For example, the Batman character, they use Batman to make, they give him a little bit more of a buff. He still don't have any superpowers, but his gadgets are a little bit more, they're beyond like batarangs, and just batarangs, you know, they give him a little bit more like Tony Stark level like tech to help him fight villains, alongside like Justice League level like characters and whatnot. You have, for example, the character Adam Eve. Her powers are similar to like a Scarlet Witch / Jean Grey / Green Lantern, because she can make like barriers and like these beams and create constructs of purple energy. She can also manipulate matter around her, and she has super speed. She can move really fast in the air. I'm not sure about her durability per se, but it's like a combination. Give you guys another example of another character that I think is very well done as far as the superhero powers. Rex, or Pocket Change, and like, you know, he's kind of like a Gambit. He makes things explode with kinetic energy and things like of that nature. It might be overestimating that show in regards to how they adapt superpowers. I wish they gave the main character a more unique power set, in my opinion, or at least more Superman's arsenal. But that's just me. There's a little bit of inconsistencies about how the powers work. For example, in the first couple episodes, this guy is strong enough to like throw a baseball around the world. And then he gets hammered by like people who are nowhere near as strong, like cyborgs or just lesser beings. But like from the get-go, this individual can toss a baseball all around the planet and fly out of outer space and throw a meteor back in space. But he still gets challenged by people with far less super strength. And I like how like this main character isn't like all powerful and like, you know, Deus Ex Machina, but at the same time, I wish they showed like some like kind of elevation to his power. Similar to like an anime where like he learns to get stronger and learns to get better. And he does do that throughout the series, just through this first season. But they kind of show him to start with a lot of power and it still gets like owned and pwned for almost no reason that he needs to. And that's the one thing I don't like about the series the most. The action, guys, like before anime, guys, and before like the DC like Timverse kind of thing, we didn't have well done action superhero shows. And I'm glad that this really shows how you can adapt comic book level action onto like animation, not even the big screen like Avengers and Marvel MCU, but just like in you know cartoon animation, because like they do that very well when it comes to anime, adapting like action to the anime, but they haven't always done that well with superhero stuff, and that's mainly due to like censorship and violence. They don't want to bring a level of violence to like kids shows that be on like Disney Channel or like early morning cartoons. I understand that, but Invincible is like an adult level show. There's a lot of cursing, a lot of blood, a lot of violence. It's not like overabundantly violent and gory, except in some parts, but it's very boys-esque. It's not like everybody's a douchebag in Invincible as opposed to like the boys more or less, but it shows how everybody's like human. You know, everybody who's a superhero is just like, you know, a saint or takes like a Hippocratic oath. And some of them are, but some of them are like just more human and a little bit more selfish or more self-preserved than you would expect a superhero to be. It's like, you know, this is a job, and like some of them people say like, I need to go home, or I don't want to die. Like I do want to help people, I do want to save the day, but I don't need to die for this cause. Those kind of things are explained through here in this series. So yeah, guys, the choreography is also very solid. I like how it's done. With a lot of fighting. I think there's some areas they could have done more, not because of the fight itself, because like for example, when you take like let's say the fight between Invincible and Omni-Man in the show, all you had was two guys who were super powered and had, you know, fighting each other almost in a Dragon Ball Z like fashion with like no beams. So it wasn't that much creativity with their fighting. It was very similar to like the Superman versus Zod fight in the Man of Steel movie. And when you go back and watch that movie and you see Invincible and Omni-Man fight, you're like, wow, this is what really happened, because it shows like the gore and the devastation and the damage between people like that who are that powerful, like fighting with each other. So, and the Ben Affleck Batman was right in a sense, if that's the case. Because of course in those movies they're not gonna show a level of gore and despair and loss of life. But in that show Invincible, yeah, when two people are duking out that crazy in the city or in a popular area, yeah, it gets crazy. You know what I mean? One thing I don't like about the show, guys, is how they handle secret identities. Like one, nobody has like a great identity, specifically like Omni-Man, who just wears his face, or Adam Eve. They don't have no mask, but like people walk around like, I didn't know that was Adam Eve. I don't know that was Omni-Man. And you see the pictures right here, and it's like, how don't you know, dude? And it's like, oh snap, you're Invincible, duh. And like, there's one part of the show, or two parts, where they kind of make fun of that, where like one of the characters' girlfriend, I forget the name of her at the time of this recording, she's like, yeah, I figured out you were Invincible like a few weeks ago, you just could have told me. It wasn't that hard to put together. And I was like, yeah, you know, it wasn't that hard to put together, but like everybody's like, oh my god, you're Invincible? Or it's like, you see people like fly away from school or fly to their house, and it's like nobody saw that. And how do you keep your secret identity intact? Like, you get fired from your job and you disappear, fly out the air, and it's like nobody puts two and two together. Like that, in my opinion, is lazy writing on Robert Kirkman's end, which they could have done a little bit better. Or like at least the boys generally have like a secret identity. You just are a superhero. If that makes like more sense. One thing I wish it was pushed a little bit more in the show was like, the best part about this series, guys, is the fights and showing like the high stakes of a superhero fight. Because a lot of times you see that like in even the Marvel movies, even some of the comic books, is like there's not a big loss of life when there's like a superhero battle. Like you can expect most characters to like walk away from the situation, but there's like a genuine fear of somebody losing their life in battle in Invincible, because people do die and people do get seriously injured like, you know, at best. So there is like a sense of danger looming in every big scale fight that they have in Invincible. And I really do like that. So overall, guys, yes, I do. And if you're really you're a fan of superhero shows of any kind, if you're a fan of like The Boys specifically, guys, I do heavily suggest that you watch the show Invincible, guys. You will like it. Check it out whenever you can. It's available on Amazon Prime. So guys, that wraps up my video for the show Invincible. Don't forget to like this video. Don't forget to comment below. Let me guys know what you guys think about the show Invincible. Cop some King Kamara, Brimezus, and Jack's Gym t-shirts off my website. These lists, the link is in the description below. There's also my comic book, since this is based off a comic book and graphic novel. Zeke, Firegon, available on Amazon, guys. Check that out, please. Most importantly, guys, subscribe to my YouTube channel, guys, so you guys can help me grow my YouTube channel, and I can keep giving you guys more content every single day. It's your boy, Brimezus, the wisest and most powerful of all nerds. I will see you guys next time.